Okay, hello, my name is Cindy Mack, and I am coming to you tonight to talk to you about highlighting and contouring. So, this is one of my favorite things to talk about, and this is our Thursday night makeup session. We just like to bring it to you live on Thursday nights, and you could be watching from YouTube or you could be watching from Facebook. But I'm going to just do a quick 20-minute tutorial, if that, 15 to 20 minutes on highlighting and contouring, because this is something that I think a lot of people want to know how to do, but and you can watch sometimes online, but if they don't really explain it, it's hard, especially depending on what your skin tone is, what your age, your face shape, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to wash my face just from here down so that we can work on the face part. I'm going to leave my eyes on. And I'm going to show you a couple of different ways, because sometimes, again, you could watch online and you could see things that you're like, I'm not going to do that. That's like way too much for me to do. I'm never going to do it. And I agree. There's some things that you can see that you're just like, that's too much work. So I'm going to wash my face with you. So, what I'm going to give you is the really like glamorous way. And then I'm going to give you the I don't want to mess with it, but I like the look that way, so that you can do this on an everyday basis and not feel like it's going to take you a long time. Can I get an amen? Anyone commenting out there, you just let me know. Make sure that you give StreamYard, if you're watching from Facebook, give StreamYard permission to post your comments so that I can see. If you're watching from Facebook, make sure you're signed into your Facebook account so that you can comment, because I would love to get any questions or comments from you. Hey, everybody. Good to see ya. Well, I can't see you, but good to see you're popping on. And I'm just cleaning this off so that we can work from a clean slate. Oh, I didn't bring my other things here. So it's going to be a little bit not perfect as far as it lasting all day, but I'm going to bed. I'm going to wash this off right after I put it on. All right. So, what I don't like is I don't have a little eye cream here, but I'm going to go ahead and put my primer on, because I'm always put on primer. And again, we're doing highlighting and contouring. We're going to do the fast version, the slow version. I mean, the version that's really quick that you feel like you could do every day. And depending on your skin tone, what you're going to want, first off, is you're going to want a primer. I really like to use a primer in CC cream, because CC cream is really easy to layer. So, for instance, if I'm going to do highlighting and contouring, I don't want also a heavy foundation. Now, some people, if you're going to do it all out, you can do this, and then you could do a foundation on top of it if you want to. But if you want the most simplest way, where you aren't going to be um, doing any big photo shoot or anything like that, then I would just stick with CC cream and then highlighting, contouring with your foundation, your powder, your concealer, highlighting, kind of those things as you're highlighting and contouring. So that this can be kind of see how it evened out my skin tone, but it's light. So I'm not layering upon layering product. Do you ever see that, where people keep putting on product, putting on product? You see some of these, and it's gorgeous. I love it. I'm not going to do it. And also, I don't like the feeling of it. If I'm going to be wearing it all day, I don't want that feeling that I've got a ton of stuff on, right? So here's the trick. So what I do is I put my CC cream on. So now you have a really nice light base. And if you're in a hurry, that's also really good, because I didn't put any moisturizer on, but because the CC cream has a moisturizer built into it, I could put that right on my face and it's okay. Now, I don't like that I don't have eye cream on, but that's okay, because like I said, I'm going to bed. That would not be acceptable if I was going to be running around today, right? So now what I'm doing is I took our under eye corrector, and so the under eye corrector has a little peach in it, and then I'm taking the light beige concealer, and I'm going to mix the two right here. Now, the reason why I'm putting it right here is because this isn't going to absorb. If I put it on my skin, it'll soak in. So I want to put it on the inner part of my thumb there and just do a little mixing. Then I can dab it on here. And now I've got the best of correction and highlighting at the same time. So now I'm doing a concealer, but I'm also highlighting. So it's 2 steps in one, which I love, right? Again, multitasking. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this, I'm just going to put it in the inner part of my eye. What am I doing? Right here. Okay. Because I don't want to go all underneath. Now I used to, but you want to be really careful because you don't want it to collect where you have lines, and you also don't want this to look real puffy. And when you lighten an area, you bring it forward. So anytime you're highlighting, you're wanting that area that you're highlighting to be either lifted or brought forward because it's sunken in. So that's why I want this here covered up as well as brightened. And then I want out here as well. So I kind of make it like a little line there. And then I have some spots there. They've faded from Clinical Solutions, thank goodness. But I put a little bit around my eye so that this whole eye area is brightened and lifted. And then right in here is opened and brightened. Okay. And now I put it around my nose because this part in the center of your face, you want this to also open up and look brighter. See how nice and open that looks when you bring it right down here. So you don't want your blush or anything to come too close to your nose. Okay. Now I like to go here because as I've gotten older, I've gotten a little dark there. It tends to happen, but I don't want to put it in these lines. So I just kind of I just do it right above my lip. And then I do it right here. So the whole part that you want to lighten is the center of your face because it brightens it and opens it. See how you can already tell a difference on the two sides. And so then now I can blend it here a little bit, but I'm not going to put a lot. I'm only putting what's kind of left over on the tip of my brush on this underneath part here because I don't want it to look puffy. Then I usually, whatever's left on my brush, I cover my lid with it because my lids are dark. But since I have my eye makeup on, you can't see that. All right, so that's the first part of the highlighter. I'm going to do one side so you can see. The next part, oh, I just got that all over my mirror. Okay, the next part is I'm going to do right here from my mouth to my ear. Okay, this is going to help when you put your contour right there. It helps to make it even more defined. So I put this here. Now this is also really good. I would not do this if you have a fuller face right there because it's going to make it stand out more. But I feel like as I've gotten older, I've gotten sunken in. Okay, if you feel drawn, then this really helps from the mouth here. And if that's not the case, then just do a little bit of a lighter foundation or CC cream here, just so that your contour has some real definition, more definition to it because you've lightened that area right underneath it. Okay, so I'm just going to do this one side. Now I'm going to take a blending and my foundation brush, and I'm just going to blend the edges so that they blend into the rest of my face and there's no major stop and start. Okay, but you definitely still can see the difference. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my contour. I'm about out of it. I meant to fill that in because I'm almost out. So then I like to take one of these real nice full brushes and squeeze it. And now you're going to put it right on your cheekbone. Don't put it too low. So you use that as your guide, right? So you're going to put it on and just below your cheek. Okay? Just below it and on it. I don't want it too close to my eyes. I want to keep this bright and open. And then you kind of treat it like a 3. So you take your contour again. Now here's what's so cool. I'm using Latte. Now I am a beige complected person. So you go accordingly with your, hey with your skin tone. Now, what some people want to do, you could use latte, but if you want it even faster and easier, which I just made a mistake. I normally, before I do, it's so hard when I'm explaining it. When I'm in my little flow, it's different. I love our new Silky setting powders, and I use these because I feel like that concealer and under eye corrector can be a little bit light. I like to take this to bring that color back to my skin. I don't want it to be too light. But what some people do, so this is just a setting powder to take away a little bit of the shine. But what some people do is that they use the setting powder as their contour. So you can get a darker setting powder and use that as your contour if you feel like our contours aren't the right color for you, because we only have two. We have one that's for bronze skin, but if you're darker, more ebony, you're going to want to probably use a darker setting powder or darker foundation. If you're really fair, then this would look dirty on you, and you might want a setting powder that's a little bit darker than what your complexion is, but lighter than this. So it's nice having those setting powders because it gives you an option to be able to contour with it. So now I've got my little shape here, and then I usually will put a little bit, I'm using my wrong brush, my jawline too. And this, especially if you have fullness right in here, that you're going to want to do this so that you can have a little shape to your jawline. Okay. I'm falling apart. I don't want to mess up my chair. Okay. I got to replace that. All right. Then, no, it's etching. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to take my blush and I'm going to put that on my blush brush, and I'm going to just splash it on the apple of my cheek. Cool, right? You can always blend if you need to. Okay. Now, the next thing is I got this little brush that's really tight and angled, and I take my latte and I put it on this brush, and then I go right here along my nose, the side of my nose, and up to right here, and then the other side. Okay, so now this is giving kind of a really cool, straighter, sexier kind of thing to your nose. I have a little here from my glasses. So annoying. Where's my other brush? My glasses mark. Okay, and then I take the other side, which is a smaller flat brush, and I touch on the highlighter, and you can go this highlighter that came with this blush or this highlighter, which is and I put it right at the tip of my nose, and then a little bit right here. Okay, and then you can also, is take your, I gotta make sure that I blend this too. Highlighter, and put it right here. And usually you would do one of those like feather brushes because it dusts it a little bit more gently, like it feathers it out so that it doesn't move any of your other product. Okay, so now you've got that little glow right there. See that? And there's your little, then once you've done your nose, you would just kind of blend it, fade it out. So that, and you could do it with your finger if you're in a hurry, or you could do it with another brush. Okay? Fun, right? So you can see this side, how it looks more bright and lifted and open. The ball of my cheek is more popped because I put that on the apple. And then the other places that you can highlight, if you wanted to, is you could put a little bit right over your eye right here to lift. Is always really nice. There you have it. How easy is that? So doing also another little trick you could do is you could put it right in the little kind of bow of your lip. Gives you a little bit more of a pout when you put a highlighter right there. It makes your lips look a little bit plumper. Cool, right? And then simple. So the fast way, so let's review really quick. The fast way would be using your setting powder. So you do your CC cream all over. You do a little bit of your concealer and highlighter. You're going to do through the center here and here. Then you're going to take your setting powder because you need to kind of dust it all over. Dust it all over. But if you've got one that's a little bit darker than your shade, do your definition so you can kind of do a combo there, right? Or you can do the latte if it works for you. I have everything all in here. So it's easy because it's all in one compact. I got my highlighter, my contour, my blush, so I can go boom, boom, boom and get it all done. And I love that because it's still light. It doesn't look heavy, but look at the difference of the two sides, right? There you go, your little tip. So get with your consultant and have her hook you up with a compact that has your highlighter, contour, your blush, all in one compact so that you can pop them out when you need to refill. Don't have to worry. Get your setting spray, your setting powder. Definitely, you might want two shades. One that's just going to set everything in your normal color, and one that's a little darker if you want, if you're not going to do this. And of course, your CC cream, highlight, contour, and primer are the main things too. So I hope that gave you some things to play with and some helpful little hints. You can see a difference. Even just this side looks so much more lifted, doesn't it? So crazy. So I hope that was helpful, you guys. Thanks for jumping on. Hey, next Thursday, I've gotten together a couple of girlfriends and we are the Holiday Glam Squad. And the three of us, all three completely different complexions, are going to bring it to you with some awesome glamour looks that are trending for the holidays, all the colors that are hot right now, the techniques that are hot right now. We're going to give those to you next Thursday. So be sure to join us here on YouTube or in your absolutely fabulous Facebook group. And we appreciate you jumping on and hope that all of these things are just helpful for your beauty routine. All right. Have a good night. Bye. Thanks.